Потом с ним закончишь. Я хочу это послушать.
Tajikistan celebrates its second anniversary of independence this month and is widely considered a showcase for U.S.-style democracy in the region. Tajikistani President Ismail Karim praised his country's progress.
Our factories undercut the low costs of China and Cambodia through high efficiency. Through peace and democracy, Tajikistan stands ready to serve the world.
However, the country is not without its share of problems. An insurgency has emerged and disrupted some of Karim's plans in the area. But any military action would dissolve the non-aggression pact Karim signed to gain Tajikistan's independence, putting Karim's vision for progress in serious jeopardy. This is Mark Tepper, and you've been watching Global News Service covering.
Thank you.
Let's go. Противника вертолет в воздухе! Немедленно сбить!
Base, this is Eagle 3. We have the package. ETA is at 0200.
You, sir, must be worth a lot in Washington.
Incoming! Hang on to something! I can't keep her in the air! Mayday! Mayday!
Situation. 4 hours ago, a Pavehawk helicopter was downed by enemy fire and crashed in the southern mountains of Tajikistan. The helicopter was transporting a SEAL team that was in the area to extract a CIA agent, codenamed Underwood, who was gathering intel on a group of paramilitary terrorists operating in Tajikistan. The Tajikistani president, Ismail Karim, suspects rebel insurgents who are openly hostile to the newly formed Tajikistani government. Whoever is responsible will be dealt with accordingly, but it is imperative that we first secure the crash site and locate any survivors. We need you to locate the downed helicopter and demo it to prevent sensitive equipment from falling into enemy hands. Then, search the nearby village for any survivors from the crash. Be sure to disable any communications. The less the paramilitaries know of our actions here, the better. Fire Team Bravo is on the ground as well to help with the effort. Helicopter crashed into a nearby mountainside. Our reconnaissance drone images indicate Vandal's team is no longer on site. We've detected a significant enemy presence in the area, so be on guard.
Roger that. All right, team. Let's move out.
Team, try to recon the crash site from various positions using your binoculars or scopes. It may help you figure out the best possible approach.
We're fighting uphill if we go this way, team. Team, if we stick to cover, we should be able to get to the chopper without being seen. HQ, we're at the crash site.
Copy that, Commander. Demo the helo and then continue to your next objective.
The helicopter's destroyed, HQ.
Roger that, team. That'll prevent the enemy from getting hold of any of our equipment.
У нас гости!
Sandman, we just neutralized a squad of tangos headed towards your position.
Thanks, Spectre. We've already got our hands full and don't need any new surprises.
Нарушители!
HQ, we've located a map. Appears to have information on several paramilitary operations.
Good work. That should be useful in pinpointing key enemy locations.
Spectre, we found missile launchers. This must be how the paramilitaries brought down Vandal's chopper.
We read you, Sandman. Thanks for the intel. We've infiltrated the village, HQ. There's no sign of Vandal's team here. We need to keep looking. HQ, we've located Boomer and the helicopter pilot. They're dead.
Sorry to hear that, team. We have to continue the mission, so leave them on site. We'll send an extraction team in to bring them home.
Spicy. Now they won't be able to let their buddies know we're coming.
Good work, team. Breaking this link in their communication should make your mission a whole lot easier. Team, we're reading numerous enemy units closing on your position. We're extracting you and cutting this op short, but we'll send you back in to continue the search when things cool down. Don't worry, team. We're not giving up on our missing SEALs. We'll find them and bring them home. Our hearts are at half-mast for the loss of Boomer, a SOCOM veteran who left a legacy among his friends and his enemies. Because of your work, we safely extracted our downed comrades and can perform a proper burial. The search for other members of Vandal's team will continue. Boomer is dead, but the others may still be alive. The paramilitary group has a training camp nestled in a forest at the foot of the mountain range where the Pavehawk went down. This camp is the last known location that the CIA agent Vandal's team was sent in to extract. Agent Underwood was close to identifying the source of the paramilitary support before his cover was blown. We suspect he left intel in the area that might shed more light on where these paramilitaries are getting their support. Use caution, team. The area is highly concentrated with enemy troops. Team, you'll need to infiltrate the camp and locate the intel that Underwood may have left behind. With such a high concentration of enemy forces, maintaining stealth will be of the utmost importance. Be creative with your surroundings to stay undetected. Hopefully you'll catch some early morning fog for cover. And if you see any opportunity to dismantle their operations, feel free to do so. Keep me posted on any intel you find. Vandal's team found the CIA operative codenamed Underwood near your present position. We suspect he was captured by enemy forces stationed nearby. You'll need to infiltrate the area, retrieve any intel Underwood left behind, and learn anything you can about the enemy. Team, intel suggests one of our missing personnel is in the area. We need to find him and bring him home.
HQ, we found a camp and a handful of enemy forces. Doesn't seem too heavily guarded.
Roger that, team. Even so, proceed with caution.
Looks like they're using this abandoned sawmill. They've got power, so they must have their own generator.
Roger that. Disabling the generator should allow you to use darkness to your advantage.
They've got a watchtower here, HQ. Looks like it's wired with an alarm as well.
Use extreme caution, team. We don't want them triggering that alarm.
Damn it! They know we're here. Spicy. HQ, we've infiltrated the sawmill and found a firing range and a generator powering the place. From all the evidence, it looks like they're gearing up for something big.
Copy that, team. Destroy the firing range and disable that generator, and make sure to search the buildings for any intel.
We found the intel, HQ. Judging from a map Underwood made of the surrounding forest, the enemy has a much larger presence here than we thought.
Good work, team. It looks like Underwood gathered extensive intel on paramilitary activities. This will be useful in figuring out how to break their organization.
HQ, we've destroyed the firing range and all the ammo stored there.
Excellent. That should throw a damper on their training operations.
we've infiltrated the watchtower.
Good work, team.
HQ, we've destroyed a communications relay.
Excellent, team. That should cut these forces off from any others that might be nearby.
Just keep them loose.
HQ, we found Aztec from the missing fire team.
Good work, team. Leave him on site and we'll send in an extraction unit to get him out.
HQ, we've infiltrated a boat launch.
Copy that. Be sure to search the surrounding buildings for intel.
Command, we have what we came for. Ready to extract.
Good work, team. It appears the enemy has a larger hold on the area than we expected. The intel you gathered should help give us a good sense of what kind of forces we're dealing with. It's clear our information has a great number of holes in it. The paramilitaries are highly organized, well-funded, and deeply connected throughout the region. We'll need to dig even deeper to determine the nature and extent of this threat. Meanwhile, we need to continue the search for the missing team members. Along with Tajikistani civilians in an old Soviet gulag. Situated in a chain of small rocky islands, the Soviet gulag used to hold imprisoned scientists who were forced to work on chemical weapons research. The gulag was liberated 30 years ago. During the establishment of Tajikistan, Ismail Karim insisted the camp remain intact as a historic memorial. Somehow the paramilitaries got access to this camp and are using it to hold civilian prisoners. anti-air defenses and communications relay at the lighthouse to secure safe passage for the rescue helo. Then search the larger island for any detained civilians. Members of Vandal's team may also be detained there, so keep a sharp eye. In addition, paramilitary attack boats often run between here and nearby islands, so watch out. Good luck, team. Alright, team. The paramilitaries have reopened this abandoned gulag to imprison the local population. There's the chance that some of our missing fire team may also be in the area.
Copy that, HQ. We're on it.
Team, we've received word that a member of the missing fire team is in your area. He's one of our own, so make sure you find him and bring him back safe.
Great. Now the whole camp knows we're here.
Это совсем лишнее.
HQ, we've rescued one of the prisoners. HQ, the prisoners are secure.
Great job, team. I'm sure the information they have will come in handy. Make sure that information gets to Fire Team Bravo.
HQ. We've located Wingtip from the missing fire team.
Good work, team. The extraction team will pick him up when they pull you out. Carry on with your mission.
Command, we've secured the guard facility.
Excellent, team. Taking that facility was key to the success of your mission.
HQ, we've destroyed the patrol boat.
Well,
HQ, we've located a map. Appears to have information on several paramilitary operations.
Interesting. It looks like the paramilitaries are planning an assault on a nearby village. We'll get this information to Fire Team Bravo.
HQ, we've cut their communications.
Nice work, team. That should definitely give you the upper hand. Outstanding. We've dealt a major blow to the paramilitary organization, and those rescued civilians should provide us with valuable intel on the enemy's agenda. Mission complete. Shutting down that gulag will gain us local goodwill as we step up operations in this area. And the fact that paramilitaries were holding rebel prisoners throws doubt on Ismail Karim's claims that the paramilitaries have rebel support. Hopefully we can gain some insight from the information provided by the rescued rebels. In the meantime, we must continue our search for Vandal's team. Recently obtained by Fire Team Bravo, we learned that the paramilitaries are working with a local drug cartel and are acting as the middleman between the cartel and an as-yet unidentified third party. To maintain the clandestine nature of their smuggling operations, the paramilitaries have seized an abandoned Soviet storage facility located in a remote island chain off the coast of Tajikistan. It gets worse. This storage facility housed chemical weapons during the Cold War, and we fear that the paramilitaries may have gained access to the chemicals left on site. We need to put their export enterprise out of business and ensure that these chemical weapons never reach the black market. Your mission is to disrupt the smuggling operations in order to cut off the paramilitary funding. We also need you to mark all of the chemical weapon canisters with marker beacons for the hazmat team, which will dispose of the weapons once you've secured the area. Remember to watch your fire around the canisters. Our intel indicates this underground facility is the linchpin of the paramilitary smuggling operation, and may also be where they're storing some type of chemical weapon.
Confirmed, HQ. We'll get to work. Destroyed the heavy weapon shipment.
Nice work, team. That's fewer weapons making it into enemy hands. We'll have intel look into the destination of that shipment.
Command, we've taken out their vehicle depot. Command, we've located the shipping manifest. There's a request from a Lieutenant Askarov for a heavy weapon shipment scheduled to leave today.
Sounds like that weapon shipment you destroyed earlier.
HQ, we've destroyed all crates matching the description Sandman gave.
Good work, team. Without those drugs, they'll have a harder time funding their illegal activities.
HQ, we've crippled their smuggling operation.
Nice work. We'll have intel look into the information on Lieutenant Askarov, as well as where that shipment was headed.
This room's clear, team. Move to the next. Team, check your fire near those poison gas canisters. First locator placed. This one's clear. We've placed another locator. We've cleared the room. HQ, the log we found says the chemical stored here is called phosgene. It looks like a lot of it's already been shipped.
Phosgene was a gas used during World War I, and it was highly lethal. I'll have intelligence track down the missing shipments. We can't let the paramilitaries have access to that stuff.
HQ, we've secured the storage facility.
Copy that. A hazmat team will be inbound shortly to secure the chemicals.
Spicy. HQ, we placed the last locator beacon.
Good work. The hazmat team should have no problem locating and securing those chemicals. Good work, team. A hazmat team is inbound. We'll investigate the source and destination of that cargo. Mission complete. This paramilitary operation. The bad news is that the paramilitary's already offloaded a number of chemical weapons. There is no telling when we may have to face those weapons in the field. Stay sharp, team. This assignment just escalated. Team, the paramilitaries have been tracked to a number of mountain caves not far from the crash site. We believe the paramilitaries are using these caves as a staging area to launch attacks on the surrounding countryside. U.S. forces have already begun a major offensive to neutralize enemy forces in this area. However, aerial reconnaissance indicates that paramilitary forces have moved deeper into the caves in order to avoid the U.S. bombing campaign. While air support continues to shake things up from the sky, your orders are to penetrate the caves and cripple the paramilitary's mountain operations by taking out key elements of their infrastructure. Remember to keep a lookout for any missing members of Vandal's team. Team, we're certain the forces that brought down Vandal's helo are based in a system of caves in these mountains. You are to move in and cripple their base of operations in the caves. Good luck. Team, we've received word that a member of the missing fire team is in your area. He's one of our own, so make sure you find him and bring him back safe.
Я вижу их здесь!
Satchel planted, HQ.
Nice work, team. Continue taking out their infrastructure.
Command, the satchel's in place.
Good work, team. One target is remaining.
Satchel planted, HQ.
That's all of them, team. Nice work.
HQ, we have Underwood.
Copy that, team. He'll extract with you, so keep him alive.
Нарушители!
HQ, the charges are placed and ready to go.
Good work, team. It appears this is just one of several bases, but it's one less we have to worry about.
HQ, we've just found intel indicating enemy forces are relocating to a nearby training camp.
Copy that, Commander. We'll see what we can dig up on that camp. Move to the extraction zone, team. There's a helo inbound to pick you up.
We've arrived at the extraction point, HQ.
Team, this is Skytop. I'm inbound to your location.
HQ, we've got a visual on the extraction helicopter.
Well done, team. Through a combined effort, all paramilitary bases in the southern Tajikistan mountains are no longer operational. You've once again proven that 4 SEALs can be more powerful than a fleet of air raids. U.S. ground forces will mop up any remaining paramilitaries in the area. Boomer would be proud. Team, considering this assignment has become more complicated than an in-and-out routine mission, you've done a great job. Ismail Karim's theory that rebels are behind the paramilitary terrorist attacks is doubtful. The rescued rebels have informed us that paramilitaries overtook a river village once held by the rebel forces. According to these rebels, the village is the focal point of a paramilitary operation. We've also been informed that Vandal and the rebel leader, callsign Badger, are being held captive here by one of the paramilitary leaders. We need you to rescue Vandal and the rebel leader, Badger. We also need you to take out the paramilitary leader on site, callsign Mongoose. The paramilitary leaders have done a professional job of keeping low profiles. The kind of professionalism you'd only expect from extensive military training. Both Vandal and Badger are in immediate danger. Team, you've got one shot at this. If you're sloppy, both Vandal and Badger will be executed. intel indicates small squads of hostile forces operating in the area. Use the stealth vehicle's sensor package to determine enemy disposition. We must locate that missing member of the fire team.
Moving in now, HQ. We've got friendlies in the area, team. Remember to check your fire. We've secured the airfield, HQ.
Great work, team. Your extraction vehicle now has a secure place to land.
That ought to get their attention.
Слава богу! Вы приехали! Где-то в этом районе! Противник держит заточение одного из ваших сочечешников!
Spicy. HQ, Mongoose has been neutralized.
Copy that. This is the first step in decapitating the enemy's leadership.
Command, the area is secure.
Really don't need to.
Copy, Spectre. Securing that valley should take some of the pressure off the rebels.
HQ, we've secured Vandal.
That's great to hear, team. Now that we've found him, let's keep him in one piece until we can get you out of there.
You almost gave HQ a heart attack, Sailor. We've been looking everywhere for you. HQ, the terrace farms are secure.
Copy, Spectre. Securing that valley should take some of the pressure off the rebels.
HQ, be advised that we have located and secured Badger. He is alive and well.
Good work, team. Leave him on site and we'll send in an extraction unit to get him out.
Спасибо. Они бы меня убили. Послушайте, у меня есть информация, которую нужно довести до сведения вашего правительства. Но сначала давайте выберемся отсюда.
Good work, team. Let's get you out of there. Helos are inbound.
Commander, there's something you should know. Those rebels aren't behind the attacks.
Intel says otherwise.
The paramilitaries we nabbed are something different. Much more coordinated, precise, better training. And by their weapons, I'd say better funded.
Get some rest. I'll look into it. Who's in charge?
We are not responsible for the attacks against them.
Tajikistani intelligence would disagree.
Our fight is not with American forces. Look at us. We barely have the weapons to maintain our fight.
So who are they?
That we do not know.
Get all of that, HQ?
Roger that, Spectre. We'll compare the new intel with ours and see if we can clarify the situation.
That would be nice.
Team, your work in this operation has been outstanding. Apart from the loss of Boomer, Vandal's entire team has been rescued. And with the major paramilitary leader out of the picture, the enemy forces in the area will have no choice but to regroup. We still have unanswered questions about the paramilitaries and their motives on the Tajikistani soil. But one thing is clear, the rebels are not connected to the paramilitaries. Good work, team.
Where is my arms shipment? You lads don't seem to understand how this works. You promised us we'd have more weapons 2 days ago. This isn't a bloody charity. You won't see another gun until you produce my part of the deal. We need those weapons, damn you! I'll say this once. You've got 48 hours. Produce the product, we give you more weapons and training, so you can keep playing war. No puppy, no weapons. Understood? But we're having problems. I said, is that understood? We are fighting for our country! Something you would not understand!
Team, we're on the edge of uncovering the truth behind these paramilitaries. Badger has given us intel indicating that the paramilitaries are receiving funding and training from a mercenary group. We have little information on the details of the mercenary group, but based on what we've seen in the field, these mercenaries have advanced military knowledge and are sharing it with the paramilitaries. Ismail Karim denies any connection between the Tajikistan government and the mercenary group. I suggest you take that statement with a grain of salt, and keep your eyes out for any information that says otherwise. We're sending you back to the forest, not far from Vandal's crash site. We need you to infiltrate the training camp, gather any and all available intel, destroy all their weapons and equipment, and capture one of the mercenaries for interrogation. When you're through, the training camp should look like it never existed. Alright team, we've pinpointed a paramilitary training facility and we're sending you in. There are highly trained mercenaries in the facility, so you should take extra precautions when approaching the camp and dealing with them.
Или я сам вас поищу! Шевелите задницами! Я хочу увидеть, как вы двигаетесь!
All right, team. Let's move out.
Great job, team.
Just neutralize some enemy vehicles leaving the area, HQ.
Well done, team.
У нас гость!
Okay, I give in! HQ, we've recovered a field training manual.
I had no choice. It was fight or die.
It looks like these troops were being trained in advanced tactics. HQ, we've captured one of the mercenaries.
Excellent work, Commander. Bring him with you when you move to extract.
HQ, we've recovered intel about an arms deal. It looks like this confirms reports that the mercs are supplying these troops with weaponry and supplies. It also appears there are large weapon shipments moving through a nearby port. HQ, we've destroyed a weapon shipment.
Good job, team. We can't have those weapons falling into the wrong hands. You've given us a lot of good intel, team. It's time to get you out of there. Head to the extraction point.
Spicy.
intel you've recovered, we'll have a much better idea of what we're up against. Great work. Well done, team. That camp has trained its last combatant. Between the mercenary now in custody and the intel you gathered, we are closing in on dismantling this entire operation. Men, get those cigars ready. Thanks to the intel you found in the training camp, we've been given greater insight into paramilitary operations. One such operation is the movement of several large shipments of weapons and equipment by train. The train's destination is an industrial wharf on the western border of Tajikistan, where it appears that the paramilitaries are in the midst of an immense project. We need to find out what they're planning. Reconnaissance is showing a lot of activity on the wharf for this time of night, and it's centered around a train shipment that arrived several hours ago. There's also activity in a construction lot behind the wharf, and our guess is that they're using that area to stockpile equipment. Make your way to the loading area and construction site, investigate the shipment, and destroy any weapons and equipment you find. This should be a clean hit-and-run mission. intel you gathered at the training camp indicates that banned weapons and equipment are entering the country through this wharf. It's a key supply point for the paramilitaries, and we need you to shut it down.
Copy that, HQ. We're moving in. HQ, we found a shipping schedule. There's a large freighter inbound to this wharf in a few days.
That ship may be carrying some interesting cargo. We'll send you back into this area when the freighter arrives. For now, continue your mission.
They've unloaded a new ship from that train. Let's move in closer and check it out. Weapons here, but this shipment also seems to contain a large amount of building components.
Satellite imagery did show some construction taking place, but we weren't sure of the source. Looks like the paramilitaries are involved. Move to the construction lot and recon the area.
HQ, we've infiltrated the construction site. We have confirmed paramilitary activity here.
See if you can locate any evidence of what the paramilitaries are planning. Search through that building they're constructing for any intel you can find. Team, those appear to be the same mercenaries that were leaving the training camp. Looks like you'll get another shot at dealing with them.
Spicy. HQ, we found evidence of a uranium processing facility.
Nice work, team. We'll make sure to get this intel to Fire Team Bravo.
we've recovered some blueprints. HQ, this looks like the first stages of a nuclear weapons program. Where are these guys getting the resources for this? Why doesn't the government know about it?
We'll figure that out later, Commander. Right now, our first priority is preventing this facility from going online. You're going to have to demo it.
New orders, team. We're going to blow the facility. HQ, our charges are in place. We'll blow this once we've extracted.
Team, we have multiple enemy units closing on your position. Move to a secure location and we'll send a helo in to extract you.
We're falling back to the roof of the facility, HQ. We'll extract from up there, so hurry.
Team, there's an enemy helicopter closing in on your location. We cannot send in your extraction unit until that threat has been eliminated.
Command, we're on the roof. Down, HQ. Our extraction is clear.
This is Skytop. I'm inbound to your location. Team, I have visual contact coming down.
Excellent work, team. You put that uranium enrichment facility out of operation. The immediate nuclear threat is now removed, but the existence of this operation poses new questions about the paramilitary and its connection to the Tajikistan government. As much as I disdain vigilante work, if the Tajikistan government is in some way connected to the paramilitaries, we may have to follow some of these leads on our own. With the intel you found in the training camp, we know that the paramilitaries are using a freighter, the Wasp, to ship supplies, weapons, and even civilian captives to their bases in the area. We've been actively tracking this freighter for the past several days, and it's just arrived at an industrial wharf within the last hour. Your orders are to sweep the warehouses along the wharf, securing any hostages held by the paramilitary on your way to the freighter. When you reach the freighter, search it for any intel that might help us track previous shipping routes before you scuttle the ship. You've got a lot to do, and we don't know how long the freighter will be at port. Time is of the essence. Team, a freighter has just unloaded and hasn't yet left port. This gives us the perfect opportunity to investigate the shipments moving through this place. Team, we've received reports that the paramilitaries are using this wharf to transport captive civilians out of the area. Keep your eye out for civilians and secure any you find.
Warehouse is secured, HQ.
Это не нужно!
We've secured a hostage. Warehouse is secured, HQ.
Пожалуйста, не так туго!
We've secured a hostage.
Пожалуйста, аккуратней со мной!
We've secured a hostage. HQ, we've secured one of the crew members. With a little encouragement, he might be willing to provide some intel.
Good work, team. Leave him on site until we extract you from the area. I'm sure he has lots of intel about where these shipments are coming from and where they're headed.
HQ, we've just found a large amount of rations with U.S. foreign aid markings.
That makes no sense, team. Those rations should have been distributed to Ajikistani poor.
First charge placed. One more at the other end of the ship should do it. HQ, the charges are placed and ready to go.
Good work. Make sure you extract and are well clear before you blow those charges.
Spicy. HQ, we've just obtained a list of shipping routes. Some of the routes are along commercial lines and into government-operated ports.
Interesting. We'll have Naval Intelligence look into it.
We've secured a hostage. Warehouse is secured, HQ.
Хорошо, ну не так туго.
HQ, we've secured the last of the hostages.
Good work securing those civilians, team. Great job, team. That should destroy a major link in their supply chain. Well done, team. The intel you found on the freighter has pinpointed several other enemy-held areas along the shipping route. More importantly, disabling that freighter should put an end to the weapons and human trafficking going on at the wharf. Aerial reconnaissance has recently picked up images of paramilitary activity along a river gorge. It seems that your recent actions at the industrial wharf have forced the paramilitaries to find alternative transportation methods for their weapon and supply shipments. Several armed convoys have been spotted leaving an ancient temple where we believe weapons and supplies are being stored. The convoys then follow an ancient Chinese trade route through the mountains. We need to disrupt this trade route permanently. You'll need to ambush the convoy of enemy vehicles moving through the gorge. The ancient structures scattered throughout the area should provide excellent cover for your ambush. We also need you to infiltrate the temple and destroy any weapon components you find. The paramilitaries may also be holding civilian captives. Be sure to secure any hostages you find. With the intelligence gathered, we know that this area is a critical supply route for the paramilitaries. We're sending you in to disrupt their operations. Team, the convoy is nearing the Statue Plateau. Get ready.
All right, team. Gear up. HQ, all opposition's been neutralized. The plateau is secure.
Copy that, team. Nice work.
HQ, we've destroyed the weapons convoy.
Good work, team. This interruption to the enemy's supply line should take some of the pressure off the rebels.
Пожалуйста, не так грубо.
HQ, we've secured a hostage.
Good work, team. Leave him on site and we'll send in an extraction unit to get him out.
Spicy. HQ, we've demoed the delivery system components.
Copy that. With those components gone, the WMD program will be out of commission. Outstanding. You've shut down a supply route critical to the enemy. We're close to breaking the back of this organization. By stopping that convoy and taking out those weapons, we've significantly weakened the paramilitaries. It's just a matter of time before we've crushed their organization. Good work. Team, the paramilitaries have converted an ancient ruined temple into an attack helicopter base. From here, they've launched several raids against rebel-held areas. The fact that the paramilitaries have access to such sophisticated technology leads us to believe they must have a powerful benefactor. While we work to uncover who may be behind the paramilitary operations, we need you to put this base out of commission. Your orders are to systematically destroy the base to cripple the paramilitary's air offense. Unless you feel like getting into a fistfight with enemy air support, you might want to consider using stealth to your advantage. Be aware that Fireteam Bravo is conducting an operation at the base of a dam to the north. Stay alert for any threats that may be headed their way. Time we hit the enemy hard. Demo the helicopter refueling station on the reservoir island and take out their defenses. Good luck.
just downed an enemy chopper.
Good work, team. That's one less helo to worry about later.
Roger that. We'll be ready for him.
Team, we have an enemy helo inbound to Fire Team Bravo's position. Deal with it if you get the chance.
Sandman, this is Spectre. We have destroyed an enemy chopper with reinforcements headed for your location.
Copy that, Spectre. Thanks for the assist.
Spicy. HQ, we've demoed the weapons cache.
Acknowledged. The loss of those weapons should help derail their plans.
HQ, the helo base is destroyed.
Nice work, team. Taking away their air support will hinder enemy operations in the area. Should come to an end and give them some breathing room. Excellent work, team. Team, the rebel village you liberated several days ago is under attack from a mix of mercenary and paramilitary units. They have already taken the airstrip and are using the nearby docks to prepare for a major assault on the village. If we don't get in there fast, the rebels will be slaughtered within the hour. You'll have support from Fire Team Bravo, who's assigned to secure the left flank of the village. We do not have time to establish a strong village defense. With mercs and paramilitaries combining forces, the enemy is too strong. It's inevitable. The rebels are going to lose the village. If you can slow down the enemy advance into the village and retake the docks, we might buy time for the rebels to safely evacuate the village. be able to hold their ground. Clear the path to the lake so that our allies can get out of there.
Spectre, they've taken Night Owl's family. We're diverting to rescue them.
Roger that, Sandman. Make sure they get their message and never mess with the train.
Spectre, Sandman here. We weren't able to destroy the Western Bridge. Enemy reinforcements got through and are now headed toward your position.
Copy. We'll be ready for them.
That's going pretty there. Snipe these guys.
One bridge down. One to go.
Roger that.
HQ, the bridges are destroyed.
Nice work, team. That should buy you some time.
Objective complete, HQ.
Good work, team. That should give the rebels room to maneuver. Continue with your mission.
Oh, there's another one. Shoot. Fuck. Man, just... Give me the ones. Watch out, that machine gun there.
Я невиновна!
Sandman, we've located Night Owl's sister and have moved her to a safe location.
Your sister is safe.
HQ, the area's clear.
I'll never forget this. Thank you.
Good work, team.
I mean, I get that, yeah, you guys want to yeah. Whoa.
Command, the area's secure.
Excellent job, team.
HQ, we've destroyed the retreating armor.
Good work, team. Taking them out now means we won't have to face them in the future.
And there's an enemy chopper. HQ, our chopper just took the route. This was
HQ, we've secured the road to the docks.
That's great, team. With that road clear, our rebel allies can now move out of the area.
Spicy.
I don't know what the helicopters come up. Yeah, in main camping, I am going to do it.
We secured the docks HQ. You can send in the cavalry.
Copy that, Commander. Gunboats are inbound. Great job, team. Mission complete. Our allies made it through in one piece because of you. Excellent work.
And do you?
Good work, team. The rebels were able to retreat from the village. As expected, the mercenaries and paramilitaries gained control over the area. However, our allies are still alive and will now have the chance to regroup and plan how to recapture their village. Team, the intel provided by Underwood has led to a startling discovery. President Karim was behind the paramilitaries the entire time. According to Underwood, the rebel-held areas contain vast deposits of oil and natural gas. Hoping to solidify his power in the world, Karim wants these deposits for himself, and is using the paramilitaries to secretly exterminate any and all opposition. Underwood also has information about an abandoned stadium that Karim and the paramilitaries have supposedly turned into an internment camp. They have then been arresting suspected rebels and innocent civilians and putting them into this camp. We do not know their fates once they've been processed, but we can only assume the worst. Fire Team Bravo is preparing to infiltrate a complex in the surrounding hills and collect intel about what's actually going on. Your team's mission is to infiltrate the stadium and surrounding buildings and disrupt the enemy operation with extreme prejudice. The paramilitary leader, call sign Goldbug, is also on site, and you are authorized to use whatever force necessary to neutralize him.
But yeah, I'll play with them.
Team, we have fresh intel indicating increased enemy activity in the area. In addition to investigating the stadium, there are 2 additional targets. A parking garage to the east of the stadium and some type of light factory to the north. Sandman has initiated their mission in the surrounding hills, so stay alert for any communication from Fire Team Bravo.
Spicy. infiltrated the garage area. It's apparently being used as a command post.
Understood. Take out the command operation and all opposition.
HQ, the area's clear.
Good work, team.
They want to keep Goldbug alive or dead.
Goldbug has been neutralized.
Good work, team. Eliminating their leadership will cripple the paramilitary's command structure.
You guys can provide snipers. Holy crap. God damn. Wow. I can't believe
HQ, we've secured the streets around the stadium.
Good work, team.
HQ, we've successfully infiltrated the factory. They've been using the furnaces to cremate dead prisoners.
Copy, team. Now let's make sure this place is never used again. Destroy the furnaces.
Target destroyed, HQ.
Copy, team. No more innocent victims will pass through that place.
That was one huge fireball, Spectre. Thanks for the distraction.
Don't mention it.
Spectre, Sandman here. These paramilitaries are up to some pretty dark stuff. We found murdered civilians. This is starting to look like genocide.
We're seeing some shady things ourselves, Sandman. Let's make sure they don't kill any more innocent people. They won't be making any calls now.
Excellent work, team. That will prevent them from alerting the others to your presence.
We've infiltrated the stadium, HQ. They've built a makeshift tournament camp on the internet. And what looks like a guest.
Copy that, team. The situation is even worse than we believed. You have the go-ahead to take the operation down. Secure the camp and disable the gas chamber.
Sandman, this is Spectre. We're moving on the stadium now.
Copy that.
Внимание! Побег из лагеря Сириус невозможен. Каждый, кто попытается сбежать, будет расстрелян за этот поступок.
Just get on the terrace.
HQ, we've just disabled the poison gas pumps.
Good work, team. Destroying those pumps will save a lot of innocent lives.
HQ, we've secured the internment camp.
Excellent work, team. Objective complete.
What is it with you West Coast boys? Already taking it easy.
Just trying to catch some R&R after having to take care of everything for you East Coast boys.
Ha! I didn't hear you complaining when we helped out.
You and your team did some nice work back there. Thanks for that, Ray.
No problem.
This is some bad stuff going on here.
Come on. Let's get a move on.
Good news, team. The White House has withdrawn support for President Karim and his entire cabinet. All U.S. forces in the region are hereby authorized to give support to the rebels in overthrowing this rogue regime. Well done, gentlemen.
Copy that, HQ. Only when all is said and done.
Affirmative.
By destroying the horrific operations taking place in the stadium, you just saved countless lives, team. The Tajikistani government's acts of genocide will not go unpunished. Stay frosty. The battle lines have just been drawn, men.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. I understand. Now it is you who must understand. I will never be ashamed of what I have done for my country. They are animals, and animals have no rights.
Do you realize what you've just done? Reports of those labor camps are already on the news. I can't spin this.
You lied. You have no political power.
Karim, what are you doing? I am a United States Senator.
А он, пожалуй, может стать нашим разменным козырем. Держите его поблизости и живым. Пока.
You can't do this. I am a United States Senator.
Захватите территории мятежников, чтобы выбить опору у вооруженных сил США в этом регионе. Когда они увидят нефть, они умолкнут. При цене в $90 за баррель у них не будет выбора. Да, и скажи О'Рурку, чтобы он выслал своих наемников в ту повстанческую деревушку. Я не хочу больше о ней слышать.
Team, the rebel allies and U.S. military have initiated a combined assault on the Tajikistani military, inflicting heavy losses. As we speak, the Tajikistani forces are pulling back into the capital, with hopes of luring the rebels and the U.S. military into a bloody and costly urban war. We need to preempt the assault and minimize the Tajikistani military hometown advantage. Recent recon indicates the capital is still operating on an archaic infrastructure designed by the Soviets. Your mission is to shut down the city's power and systematically destroy all Ajiki military communications and radar capabilities. Crippling the capital's infrastructure will throw the Tajikistani military into disarray and set the stage for the upcoming rebel-led assault. Team, the resistance forces are encircling the capital in preparation for a major assault. Your mission is to assist them by targeting the city's infrastructure. This should throw the enemy into disarray and give the resistance a fighting chance at taking the capital.
Copy that, HQ. We're moving in.
spicy.
Threw that grenade.
Satchel planted, HQ.
Good work. When it detonates, it should take out the enemy's communication capability.
HQ. Looks like the defense force is hiding weapon caches underground.
Yes, team. If you have C4, go ahead and demo it. Excellent job, team. The loss of those weapons will be a major blow to the enemy's fighting capabilities.
The satchel is planted at the electrical station, HQ.
Good job. This will be sufficient to knock out power to most of the capital.
HQ, the radar station is ready for demolition.
Excellent. When it's gone, air support should easily be able to hammer targets in the capital. Good job, team. A boat is waiting for you, so move to extract.
I love that they play that, no reason.
Excellent work, gentlemen. Your attacks on the capital's infrastructure will cause enough chaos to even the scales for our rebel allies.
So I can't. Where is that? There's a point. Now you do something
Excellent job, team. By taking out the infrastructure supporting the Ajikistani military, you've laid the groundwork for our rebel allies' coming assault on the capital. Rebels need our help. In preparation for the upcoming assault, they've been trying to move equipment and weapons closer to the capital. However, none of their convoys have been able to get through. Small elements of the Ajikistani military have been ambushing the convoys, including a convoy carrying the rebel leader, call sign Badger. If these convoys don't reach the rebels soon, their advance on the capital will stall, allowing the Ajikistani military to regroup. We need you to escort a rebel convoy through the roadblocks and ambushes set by the Ajikistani military forces in the steppes and foothills outside the capital. There should be plenty of footpaths in the hills for a better sightline of the area. Be sure to keep your eyes out for any sign of Badger's convoy.
Yeah. I don't need it. Guess what?
Team, the rebels need our help and they need it fast. Their convoys are under fierce attack by Tajikistani troops. Those convoys need to make it through to the capital to reinforce rebel forces already on the ground.
Convoy is under heavy fire, HQ. We're moving in to assist.
Move in and secure the area, and make sure to keep Badger alive.
The first barricade is down. HQ, all threats to Badger's convoy have been eliminated. HQ, the rebels abandoned the convoy. It looks like it's up to us to get it through.
Strike. do that, so Trailblazers. Yeah.
HQ, the helicopters left the area.
Copy that. We'll keep tracking it and give its next location to Fire Team Bravo so they can deal with it. Team, we're reading enemy armor up ahead. Proceed with caution.
I could give it a chase. Here it comes! Woo!
Spicy. It's still there. I can't believe it. Yes. Yes. Hit the truck. Oh, it's truck. Oh,
Положитесь на меня.
Enemy armor destroyed. The convoy should be safe from heavy shelling.
Nice driving, team. Not only will those supplies help the assault on the capital, but you've cleared the route for additional supplies. Great work securing that convoy path. With new reinforcements and equipment on the way, the rebels will be able to gain an advantage on the already crippled Tajikistani military. It won't be long now before the rebels gain control of the capital. With the capital's infrastructure in shambles, Kareem's hold on power is starting to slip. We've received reports that President Kareem, call sign Kingfish, has already fled underground, presumably to avoid capture. Through informants, we have learned that the Tajikistani military have moved their central command to one of Kareem's political party headquarters in the hopes of avoiding U.S. airstrikes. Before the rebels launch their assault, we need better insight into the Tajikistani military's plans. We're sending you back to the capital in order to infiltrate the political party headquarters and gather as much Tajikistani military intel as possible. We've received word that the Minister of Defense, call sign Snakebite, may also be on site. If so, be sure to capture him and bring him with you to the extraction. Try to remain undetected. We'll be able to extract you more easily if you do.
Why are we going to this thing though? That's like... Not accurate. Pretty accurate. I was like, wow, it just...
Team, intel indicates the Tajikistani Defense Force is using the government's old political party headquarters as its new command and control center. We need you to investigate.
All right, team. Let's move out.
Pretty sure I can the guy. That's strange. I never saw it. Oh, yep, there it is. No, I'm just gonna run a little faster here. I know this is stealthy, but I'm just gonna run a little faster here. Use my scope. Yeah, I guess you could throw it, so that's just fine. I'll see. Yeah, the smoke's still. Yeah. just gonna throw this in here. Okay. Run fast, yeah. Okay. And that's how you do it.
We're inside HQ.
Just like that.
Good work,
Just like
team.
that.
Proceed with caution.
Our code breakers will be interested in this.
Try to obtain all the intel you can, team. The more intel you find, the better understanding we'll have of the Ajikistani military's future plans.
Oh, this is so shocking.
Я сдаюсь! Делайте со мной что хотите. Это не будет иметь значения.
HQ, we've secured Snakebite.
Copy that. Keep him safe from enemy fire, Commander, and bring him to the extraction point with you.
Run to the body there. There's so many guys in this thing right here.
Spicy.
Our tech boys should be able to find out what's on this thing's hard drive. I had a hunch they'd be using explosive devices. These should help us disarm them.
Team, you gathered the necessary intel. Good work.
Roger that, HQ. We're on our way.
Team, we have all the intel we need. Now get out of there and move to the extraction point.
These look like the blueprints of a nearby pumping station. I'm sure this will come in handy. These maps show Defense Force troop movements.
Great job, team. All the intel you've gathered should allow us to get the jump on the Defense Force's next operation. Good job, team. This intel will prove invaluable in figuring out the Defense Force's next move.
How you
With the intel you found and the information the Defense Minister will provide, our rebel allies can end this conflict quickly and decisively. Well done. Team, we have a tense situation. Ajikistani military forces have seized a major pumping station that feeds Central Asia's main oil pipeline and are threatening to blow it up unless the U.S. military withdraws. The loss of this station would throw oil markets into turmoil and cause an ecological situation in the area costing millions to clean up. The rebel forces are not in position to assault the station, and any use of conventional U.S. military forces may trigger even harsher enemy actions. You must infiltrate the pumping station and disarm all explosives. It is vital that you remain invisible. If spotted, you'll likely have little time to defuse the bombs. This last-ditch effort of the Tajikistani government may be a bluff, but it's not one we're willing to call.
I was like, what? Did it defeat that bomb?
Team, this is a very delicate situation. The Tajikistani government has rigged the oil pumping facility with explosives and threatens to destroy the entire plant if the assault on the capital is not halted.
We're on it. It's the Merc Squad. Team, we need to take them out, now! The wiring on these is pretty tricky. They're going to take a while to disarm. First bomb disarmed.
Oh, he was supposed to get in there, so I'm thinking he failed, so I think I got it.
HQ, the vehicle they used to transport explosives is out of commission.
Good job, team. I'm sure future missions will benefit from this.
Something good to close there. Sounds fast.
Team, they've triggered one of the explosives. You need to disarm it quickly.
Guess what? I was just gonna let you know.
It's disarmed.
No, let's go out there, bro. Oh, yeah.
One of the explosives has been activated. Hurry up and defuse it.
Another one disarmed.
Team, one of the explosives has been triggered. You need to defuse it now.
This one's defused.
Whoa, whoa. There we go.
Spicy.
Team, they've started the timer. Defuse that explosive and hurry.
That was the last bomb HQ. Our enemies just lost a major targeting ship. HQ, we just eliminated the Merc Squad.
You had me worried for a minute, team. Excellent work. Now let's get you out of there. Nice work, team. The volatile situation at the oil pumping station has been diffused. Because of your hard work, we averted a major international crisis. We're almost done here. The Tajikistani government is running out of moves. Team, here's the update. With U.S. military support, the rebels have decimated all but a handful of Tajikistani forces and now control most of the capital. Bombardment of the political headquarters has revealed a bunker directly beneath. We believe President Karim, call sign Kingfish, is hiding underground with his remaining forces. We also believe he has taken U.S. Senator Thomason, call sign Bearcat, prisoner, and is planning to use funds from the Tajikistani treasury to flee the country with the senator. After the horrors this president has committed, we cannot let him escape. Your orders are to secure the area, recover the Tajikistani resources, rescue Bearcat, and capture Kingfish. It's likely that Kingfish has prepared an escape route, so keep your presence in the bunker unknown. The extraction helicopter will meet you in the courtyard once you've found Kingfish and Bearcat and the area is secure. Team, this is it. Good luck.
think I know. Just yeah, you guys stay on that platform. And that's how you do this. Like,
Team, President Karim's regime is falling apart. Intel suggests that he is holding up at his old political party headquarters. We're sending you in to finish this.
Copy that. We'll find him.
I'll try to do that.
HQ, we've secured the courtyard.
Nice job, team. Secondary forces can begin moving in.
They want to shoot you.
Вижу нарушитель!
HQ.
Excellent, team. He'll have a lot to answer for when he gets back to Washington. Leave him on site and additional units will secure him.
Several pieces of stolen artwork. HQ, we've secured a large stockpile of stolen cash.
Oh, you guys okay?
Nice work, team. Now we have him trapped.
Stockpile of gold, HQ. Command, we've secured the goods stolen by the Ajiki government.
Nice work, team. We'll make sure those items make it back to their rightful owners, the Ajikistani people.
Я сдаюсь! Мою страну веревкой не свяжешь!
HQ, we have Kingfisher in custody.
Good work, team. Keep him safe from fire until you extract. With the capture of President Karim, we've brought down a rogue regime and captured the main architect behind the atrocities perpetrated against the people of Tajikistan. Make no mistake, Karim will pay for his crimes. Upstanding, team.
What I did was necessary for the future of my country.
Save it for your hearings.
You know, you and I are alike. We do not fear the things we must do.
You and I are nothing alike. HQ, package is wrapped up and ready to fly.
Roger that, Commander. Incoming air raid by Clawhammer forces. Advise clearing the area immediately.
Clawhammer is funding an air raid? No complaints here. All is said. All is done.
You did it, team. It's over. The rebels now control the capital, and all remaining Ajikistani military forces are disarming and surrendering. With Karim in U.S. custody, the country can begin the process of healing and rebuilding. The U.S. will keep a close eye on the rebel government to make sure history doesn't repeat itself. As for Karim, he will face a parade of trials and hearings in response to his actions in Ajikistan. SEALs, outstanding work. I expected nothing less.
Resistance forces have seized control of the capital and are now offering amnesty to all remaining Ajikistani Defense Force soldiers who surrender in the next 48 hours. In addition, we have unconfirmed reports that U.S. forces now have former Ajikistani President Ismail Karim in custody. In related news, U.S. Senator Lloyd Thomason was arrested this morning for aiding Ismail Karim in return for lucrative oil contracts. Senator Thomason's use of his positions on the Armed Services and Foreign Relations Committees to illegally funnel arms and provide military training to the Ajikistani government is apparently just the tip of the iceberg. In other news, the growth of independent military contractors has been considerable in recent years, with Clawhammer Defense Industries leading the way. Joining us now via satellite is...